Hi, my name is Amy, and I'm privileged to be able to share my story of how Jesus has transformed my life. From an early age, I was brought up in a Christian family, and I always knew about God and heard of how Jesus can transform my life from an early age. But it wasn't until the last number of years, I'd say, it's really started to impact my life as I've started to really read the Bible and hear God for myself. Growing up, my experience of church was very set, and as a woman, I always felt like I wasn't quite sure how I could communicate with God and what my role was, and how I could hear Him for myself. And over the last few years, with the help of a really supportive and faithful church, I have really connected with God in so many different ways. And I would say the biggest area that Jesus has transformed my life in is the fact that I know His working and plan in my life. So many things, I would say, haven't really worked out according to how I would see it. I started a degree, I didn't finish it. I started a job in England, and I didn't meet the end of the term, just due to health, and feeling very anxious at different times. And I would say that the biggest part of my testimony is that all of those different experiences, Jesus has transformed, redeemed, and brought about life in the circumstances where maybe people would say, just forget about that. Yeah, that's maybe part of your life that you want to write off. I think Jesus has really been showing me how all those individual parts of my life are part of my story, and there's part of Him working in me, and also helping me to see how I can touch the lives of people in such a short period of time. When I think about some of the experiences I've been in that maybe haven't worked out in my head, I have been able to see Him really work through the lives of individuals, and also through myself. As I worked in Birmingham, I had started a job there and it didn't work out. And I remember at the end of 6 months, when I was due to come home, I was walking up the Hagley Road, which is like the main road into Birmingham. And I just remember God here telling me, like, for the first time, I would say probably hearing God in a sense of like, I knew it was His voice. He said, like, I don't care what you do, it's about who you are, Amy, and who you're becoming. And that was such a big, it's kind of like a Paul on the road to Damascus kind of moment, where it was like, wow, Eureka, God, you don't care about these things that I value so much, my career or my job, or all those things that we think are really important to us, but actually how you're so intimately involved in my life, and you care so much more about who I am and who I am becoming. And so I think what I would say is just remember that those parts of your life that maybe you've written off, they're still part of your story, and that individual story that you have to tell is what the world's waiting to hear, of how God can change, transform, redeem, and make beautiful those parts of your life that maybe you want to rewrite.